Hi everyone, I'm Kay, this is Megan, and welcome back to our podcast, Shooting the Breeze, where we talk about all things shoot from the hip. So, would you like to introduce what we're talking about today?
I'm excited for today.
Me too.
First we're going to talk about The Detective versus the Christmas Tree Bandits, one of the longest titles, if you don't count the ones that are technically two titles. And then, for the second half, the part we're most excited about, Would You Rather?
Yes. Me and Megan both came up with, I think, 5 would you rather questions ourselves, and then we asked you guys on the podcast account to send us some would you rather questions as well. So we are going to be answering all of them.
Yes.
So this should be interesting. And I think I said this in the last episode, but this is one of the ideas I'm most proud of thinking of because I love would you rather. So this is gonna be fantastic. I'm dying to know your answer to at least one of the questions I've created.
My last one is completely diabolical.
I cannot wait till we get to this, but let's start.
Yes, let's start with the long form. So I watched this last week, so I'm a little bit less confident in my memory. And you watched it today, so hang on. It was coming back to me there for a second. I was like, okay, got it. This is the one that's in the full show that they put up.
Yeah.
So, all right, let's just say favorite scene. Let's start there.
Okay, I want to start off with saying I feel like there were a lot of one-liners that the audience underappreciated in this one.
I agree.
I kept hearing them go off, and I kept hearing, really good one-liners, and then the audience would be, no reaction.
Well, they weren't mic'd.
Yeah.
But and that is a big room.
But still, I was just like... And even the other boys didn't seem to appreciate the one-liners as much, and I was like... I don't know. I feel like some of them deserved more.
Yeah, there were. This was a good one for. It was a good one for one-liners.
It really was. And I do love that. Oh, what was the name? I just watched it today. I'm already forgetting character names. This isn't good. Sam's character, the detective.
Yeah. I don't know if it's established that he has one.
I thought it was.
Is his name in it? Does he say his name?
I remember the 2 Ruperts.
Yeah, Rupert Jr. and Rupert Sr.
Who comes in once and then we never see him again.
Right. Who knows what happened to him?
I feel like whatever his name was, I like that he.
If you know what his name is, put it in the comments.
Yeah, and we will read them. I like that he went undercover at this strip club
as a stripper. There's so many other options to go undercover.
That one.
And he was like a stripper.
That was a great scene. 100%. That might be one of my favorite scenes.
That is a great scene. I used that scene in the birthday edit I did for Sam.
Yeah.
It's a great scene. My favorite scene from that one, I think I like the no pants Reggie.
I like that becomes his entire title. Even when Sam's character is dying, he's like, tell your mom I hope she's happy with no pants
Reggie. Yeah. I love it.
I also love when Tom's the wife character and she comes out and then he drops the dress and is like...
Yes.
Because it takes a second and then he to me it seems like he's thinking about whether he should or shouldn't and then decides he should and then he does.
Yeah.
That was a great scene too. Oh, and then we can't forget about the AJ tricycle.
Oh my gosh.
That's iconic. I think that's the most iconic scene from this play.
So, I'm pretty sure that I had that exact same one as a kid. Because when he said about steering it and how it's not possible, I know exactly what he meant. Because the bar to turn the wheel would come loose from the joint that actually made it turn the wheel, okay. So you could turn the handlebars but not turn the wheel.
Oh, that's weird.
I literally my grandparents' basement. It was like a big open basement, but it had 4 like support poles.
Yeah.
And I ran smack into one of those poles one time because I turned the wheel, and instead of turning the wheel, it turned the handlebars. Yeah.
Oh,
so I know exactly why he said that. Because I had the exact same problem.
I do like when he said for Tom to push him, and Tom was like, where? And he was just like, out of the scene.
Out of the scene.
Oh, that was great.
This is a good one, and I'm glad we chose it because of the Christmas vibes.
Yeah. I like the 2 brothers, too. What were their names?
Frankie and Donnie.
Yeah, Frankie and Donnie, okay. I love their dynamic. I love how they're, like, so different as people, clearly, but also, like, so similar.
I feel like their dynamic kind of matches ours a little.
Does it?
If you think about it, a little bit. Because you're definitely the more chaotic, and I'm the more organized.
I'm not gonna lie. It did remind me of us, the part where
he jumps out the window, because that reminds me of you.
I'm so glad.
Yeah.
You're not in the same.
Yup. I think it is. I think it's our vibe.
And because it really is, because the fact that he just jumps out the window and then Tom's character is just like, well, out the window again.
Out the window again. Yeah, that's
so
that's
like
very
chill
us.
about it. That would definitely be you.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, Luke's character would definitely be
and
me, I feel like.
You know what? The other part that I love is when he says, I have to do all the looking after. I have to do all the spreadsheets.
Yep, all the numbers.
I'm like, that's me. Because I do all of that.
Yeah.
And I love doing it, so I don't care.
I'm just here, and I just come up with the ideas.
I don't mind at all. Before we get too off topic.
What other scenes do we want to talk about? Because there's a lot of good ones. I'm obsessed with Tom's character's jacket.
Oh, yes. 100%.
He was Frankie, wasn't he? Or was he Donnie? I can't remember.
Frankie.
Okay.
I think. Yeah, Frankie and Donnie's Luke.
Okay. Then, yeah. I'm obsessed with that jacket.
You want to know possibly my favorite part? That it just popped into my brain. At the end, after they all explode, when Tom's just picking up random props in the background, Donnie! He picks up, I think, a crucifix at one point. Donnie! Yes. I love that bit. It was genius. Like and you know it was just because your emotional monologue now. Yeah, that's good too. But you know it was just because he really wanted to play with all of those props. Oh yeah, I would have done the exact same. Such an ADHD moment. Of like, but especially the phone, I would have been really dying to play with that phone from the minute I saw it. Like, I love a rotary phone. Every time I see one in person, I like have to play with it, so I don't blame him at all. Same. I love old school phones that still have like the cord. I used to love that at work when I would get to make a phone call. I'd pick up the phone with the cord. I love the cord. Yeah. Corded phones, man. Yeah. Sad that they've died. Sad but useful. If you work in an office, I guess not so much. Most offices still have corded phones, but... Yeah, but they have the boring ones that are, like, practically flat. Yeah. Because the place I used to work at had those. Anyway, backtracking to the actual topic. Because I love it when they have props. Like, genuinely. Like, so much. It adds just this whole other level to it. Because I played Late for Work right after that. Because I did watch just the rest of that at that point. I skipped to the play to rewatch it today, but then I just watched the rest because it's like right at the end. And Luke used the fish for the polar bear. Yes, that's right. That's right. The fish. Yeah. That was a great one because Tom's clue about the philosopher, came from like Brett. That one even took me a second. Like he said it he said it the first time and I didn't get it. I was like, how does that relate? Like, where's that coming from? And then when he said it the second time, I was like, oh, okay, I get it now.
And I love it when they come up with clues like that, like clues that take even me a second. to like, because that's how you know it's a really clever one, I feel like.
Like the piano one?
Yes.
That one took me way too long.
That one I actually got right away.
I was like, it was funny because it clicked in my brain, obviously faster than any of them got it.
Yeah.
But still slower than the first people in the audience who got it.
I got it pretty much right away. I was to the point where I was surprised when they didn't get it, because to me it was like I think the first time I was like, huh, and then I heard it again and I was like, oh, okay, I get it now. And then I was really surprised when none of the others got it.
It wasn't until they started chanting it, and then I was like, oh. Because to be fair, he did jump ahead.
Yeah, he did. And I think that's part of what confused them so much.
That's why everyone was confused.
Yeah. Yeah, he did jump ahead. But I also thought it was an okay clue. Although I do also like how in that same game, when he comes back after having been gone from clues for a bit, and Sam's just like, oh no,
not again.
This one again.
Yeah.
That was great. Anyway, back to this long form.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I really wanted to talk about, but
there's something I can think
of. The discrepancy with the dollars.
With the dollars.
Where Tom is like, I'll give you $1 bill.
$1, yeah. AJ's like, how many?
Yeah, and then I think it's Luke who's like, $8, and then Tom turns around and is just like, where are you getting that number from?
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah. I'm trying to think if there was anything. That was the other thing I remember wanting to talk about. I was trying to think if there was anything else, because when I was rewatching it, I was like trying to make a mental note of the parts I wanted to talk about.
I sometimes write stuff down.
And then the part where Tom goes like, we should all move to the front of the stage. So they can
so they can see us.
Because they all enacted.
Ended up in the back.
At the back of the stage. That was great too. And also, I love Sam's hat for that. That prop was stellar.
That was good.
Such a simple prop, but I really liked that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't think of anything else.
I should have written stuff down. I didn't.
I should have rewatched it today, but what was I doing? Oh, I took a nap. I took a nap instead.
I woke up late today, and then I had a bunch of work to finish, and then I did that, and then by then I had about an hour until we were supposed to start filming. Yeah. What did I do? I don't remember what I did for the rest of the hour, but then for the later half of it, I watched the long form.
Yeah, you watched right before.
Yeah, I think I finished it literally 5 minutes before we were supposed to start.
Because I went and got dinner.
Yeah.
While you were watching it. And then you finished watching it right before I got home with my food. Yeah. I just had poor time management today. I woke up and watched the video that they dropped. And then took a nap for an hour and a half-ish. And then I woke up and it was 4 o'clock. And I was like, well, it's 4 o'clock now. And I think I just scrolled for a while.
Yeah.
Until I was like, oh, I guess we should probably, I should remind you what we're doing. For one thing.
I've been dying because my finals are next week.
Yeah. You have an excuse. This time.
Yeah. I'm so ready for finals to be done.
You're literally so close.
We're filming this on a Sunday, and I will be taking...
When this video posts, you'll be done.
Yeah, I know, which is crazy. Yeah. And one of them is worth, 25% of my grade.
Yeah, but I told you, I already did the math. You can fail it completely.
I'm sitting over here worrying about all of my finals, and Megan has done the math for all my finals and said, yeah, no, you'll be fine. You're still going to pass the class, fine, even if you fail them all. So I know I'll be fine, probably, because I trust Megan's math.
See, I'm just proof that I'm the numbers one. I'm the chill one. I'm the one that keeps everything level-headed.
The one that keeps me from flying too far off the rails.
Yeah, sometimes.
But
occasionally we go off the rails together.
Yeah, that's really fun.
It is fun.
We'll catch that in an episode for sure one time. Then you'll both then you'll get to see us both going insane. I was talking about this a little bit before we started filming, and like it still feels weird to me, like filming myself, because like I feel like I either turn myself up more than I normally am at, or like I bring myself down. Like I feel like most of the time when we film, I'm not quite myself. Like I'm still myself, but like to different levels. Yeah. If that makes sense. So like I feel like I don't know. I feel like I've been doing better with it this episode. I guess I'll rewatch it and see. But I feel like for the last two especially, I was a little bit like I chilled myself out a little bit more than I normally am. Because it still feels weird, and I still feel like I'm not used to like being completely myself on camera at the same time. But I also feel like that's going to be one of those things that just gets better as we do this more. So I'm trying not to think about it too much. So anyway,
I don't know if am I any different versus
I don't
like
think so.
when we
You're
call?
Pretty good about being the same as you are.
I'm pretty much a face value type person in general. Like,
how do you see me? Because this is how I see myself. Do you think I'm much different? Because you've seen me. I mean, out like with it when we're not being filmed.
I would say you tone it down a bit, but I think it's more so that like if you don't, we won't get anywhere.
That's true, because usually when I'm at my highest level,
it's
like a level higher than this,
it's pure ADHD chaos conversation. Like if you are not also ADHD or paying very close attention, you will have no clue what's going on.
Is there anything else we want to say about the long form, or do we want to switch topics?
I don't think so. Mostly because genuinely there's like a chunk of it that I can't remember. And I just watched it last week. But
I just watched it today, and I'm still out of things to say about it.
I feel like we covered it pretty well. I mean, like, lots of good one-liners. We talked about our favorite scenes.
Yeah.
I think we should move on to Would You Rather, because that's the fun bit, and we're excited for that.
I have been waiting for this. Oh, finals has been destroying my soul, and this very thing has been keeping it alive. Okay, who wants to go first? I think mine are going to be tamer than yours, from what it sounds like.
Mine might be a bit more in-depth.
So do we want to start with mine?
Sure.
And then, like as a scale?
Yeah, let's do it. Okay.
My first one is, would you rather date Xavier or Henry?
Oh.
I thought this one could be interesting because it's two characters that nobody likes. I should say nobody
they're villains.
Likes. Say characters that are evil.
Villains.
Yeah, like the villains of plays. I shouldn't say nobody likes, because everybody likes Xavier.
Who doesn't like? I think I have to go with him, though.
Yeah, I'd go with Xavier because, like, yeah, they're both evil, but at least Xavier is also hot.
Very true.
Like, Henry's not hot. AJ is, but Henry's not.
That is very true.
So I think for this one, I would go with Xavier.
I agree.
So.
I agree. We're on the same page on that one.
Yeah. Okay, number 2?
Yep.
Okay. Would you rather be Luke or AJ for a day?
That's hard.
Isn't it?
Especially for me.
I had to take a think about this one. This one I still don't know if I'm fully sure about. But I think I know.
Okay, so I'm going to tell you my immediate answer to this. This is like, I didn't think about it. It was just the first thing, which is going to shock you. AJ. Because as much as I love Luke, I think AJ would be more fun for a day.
I also chose AJ.
Well, I also know that Luke works with kids still, I think.
Does he?
As like a job, yeah, and I just hate kids.
Oh, yeah. I didn't know that, but now I'm extra cementing my answer as AJ. I chose AJ because number one, I want to know what it's like to be that tall, and number 2.
So fair. So fair.
And number 2,
because we determined you're taller than Luke, right? Did we determine that?
Barely.
It's either very, very close or you're slightly taller, I think.
Yeah, we're like either exactly the same height or I'm slightly taller than him. Very slightly, by like half an inch.
And I'm somewhere between half an inch and an inch shorter.
Shorter than him.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you're exactly an inch shorter than me.
Yes.
But anyway, I chose AJ for mostly that reason, but also there's a couple weird reasons. I want to know what it's like to have facial hair is one of my reasons.
That's fair.
Because, like, Luke, he has it sometimes and other times he doesn't. But, like, AJ's had a beard for a while.
Yeah.
And I'm, like, curious to know what that's like. But also, because I have another reason as well.
You really thought this one through.
I did. I did think about this one quite a lot, actually. And the other reason is because of the fact that he's a filmmaker.
That's my biggest reason.
That's also a reason. That was one of my biggest reasons, but I wanted to talk about the slightly dumber reasons first.
Because that was what I was originally going to college for.
Yeah.
Back, like, before I freaked out, and dropped all of my, major specific classes and picked up all gen eds before school even started. And, like, there's a huge part of me that wonders how different my life would have been if I would have just tried it.
Yeah.
But then at the same time, it's like, technically, the way things are today, you don't really need a degree to do that.
That's true.
Like, you can just pick up a camera and go film some stuff.
Yeah, and like
post
for me,
on
it's
YouTube.
Something that I like really wanted to do as a career, but it is something that I would like to have like it's something I'd like to try at some point. You know,
I really wanted to be a director.
I feel like you'd be good at that.
Director or a producer. I was down for either of those. Because initially I wanted to be an actress, and I was like, that'd be fun. Because there was this whole realization in my life of like, there were all these different things. I was like, I want to do all of those things, but I was like, I don't want to actually do those things. I want to pretend to do those things.
Yeah, that's
so I was like, well, that makes sense then to go into acting, because you can do all these different things, but you're not actually doing it. Like, I don't want to actually join the FBI, but like, I would love to pretend to be in the FBI.
I was one of those people where I wanted to act more, because I was in the theater club for the entirety of high school.
Oh yeah, that's right.
But I didn't, and I actually did try out the first year. I wasn't chosen, so I gave it up forever. But
one try, didn't get it. Well, so much for that.
Well, also because I probably would have backed out anyway. Because the thing is, like, I love like acting and like doing like pretend scenarios and things like that. I'm really into that. My problem becomes when there's an audience. Which
fair.
Is something that I need to work on. And that's actually one of the reasons I want to join the improv club.
Yeah.
Like, at my school, because I honestly think it could help me work on that. The fact that there isn't a script or like a specific thing I need to remember. And like, I can come up with things so fast. Like, I genuinely feel like I could be really good at improv if I tried it, but I've never officially tried it. And so I'm like, I feel like that could be the best way for me to try, because I don't have to try to remember anything specific, but also and also the audiences are smaller too. Like there's not like a huge auditorium of people or anything like that. It's pretty small groups. So I think it could be a good way to get me into that. Because again, I love acting. Like, I think it's really fun. I like doing it. It's just in front of other people, it becomes the issue. And so it's So that's why I never.
Before we get too far down this rabbit hole of only slightly connected conversation.
It's getting less connected as it goes along.
I know. It's like, how far down this path do we want to go?
And you know what? This next question somewhat relates, kind of. It's a similar vibe of question, so I'll ask this one.
Okay.
I think this one's harder, personally.
Okay.
Actually, change my mind. This one's easier.
Make up your mind.
I was gonna say harder, and then I remembered one detail. I was like, oh no, this is way easier. Would you rather be Tom or Sam for a day? Can I say my answer first while you think about it?
I gotta think.
I pick Tom.
Of course you do. That's not even. There was no question in my mind about what your answer was.
I had to think about it for a little bit, because I'm like, part of me thinks it could be fun to be Sam. But also, I have a couple reasons. Again, I have a couple reasons for all these answers, quite honestly. But anyway, one of the answers also the same reason as AJ, because I want to be taller.
Didn't know height was so important to you.
It's not. It's like it's only because it's for a day. Like, I don't know if I would want to be that tall all the time, but I do want to see what it's like.
It's still, I'm gonna say this on here because we've talked about it. I've marked all of their heights on my door frame.
Yeah.
Because I was curious to see it in context of something. And the fact that, and you can't see it on here because it's above where my camera even shows, but Tom's like all the way up here on this door frame.
He like, doesn't he like just barely clear the, like...
It's literally like 3 inches between the top of my door frame and how tall Tom is. And that blows my mind. I remember when I put that mark on that door and I stood there staring at it like, are you for real right now?
See, like, I really want to know, like, what it's like to be that tall. And I feel like
insane.
And I feel like even if you were to ask someone who's that tall, they couldn't, like, I feel like there's no way to really describe that. Like, that's something you'd have to experience, you know? Like, have you seen those things on YouTube? There's some guy on YouTube.
Is it the really
like,
tall guy that goes shopping?
Yes!
And the shopping cart's like this big, too.
Yes! And he's, like, looking down at everybody, and they all look like the size of, like, cats in comparison. And he shows, like, the top of, like, what grocery store shelves look like. Yes! And this guy, like, almost bumps into chandeliers because he's so tall. But, like, it's that. Like, I would want to see, like, I would want to know, like, what it's like to be that tall for, like, a day, since the question is only for a day. Because I'm wondering now if my answer would be different if it was a longer period of time. Because it might be. Or if it was or vice versa, if it was a shorter period of time. Like, if the question changed to, like, would you rather be Tom or Sam for a year? I did think about this as well. My answer would still be Tom. Because...
I think I'm going Sam both ways.
I am picking Tom. I'd rather be Tom, because the height thing is, again, I'm starting with the dumber reasons and getting to the bigger reason. Is because, like, well, also, I feel like he and I like a lot of the same things.
Yeah.
Like, he's also really into, like, English and grammar and reading, it sounds like. So, I don't know, I feel like that could be, like, our hobbies are compatible, but also, and this is a very selfish reason, you probably already know what I'm gonna say.
It's possible.
I would love to talk to Pip. That's my reason.
That's fair.
That is my reason. Because I've seen all of the things that they've done on drag on YouTube. Anything that's on YouTube that with them in it, I have seen multiple times. Because I love their drag, and I love just I won't go too much into it. But
yeah, we can get into dangerous territory if we go too far into it.
Yeah, but yeah, I would love to, like, get to talk to Pip. Like, I feel like that would be so...
That is fair.
That would be... I think I would die happy.
Okay, so...
Oh, and I also one other thing I wanted to mention. The other reason I didn't choose Sam is because Sam has a kid.
See... I'm... Okay. Here's where I'm a complex human being. This is important. I feel like this is an important specification to make.
Yeah.
How does it work? Like, am I becoming him?
Okay,
or is it my consciousness in his body? Like, how?
That's where my head's at. Is like, okay, I should have explained how I pictured this.
Yeah.
I really should have explained
for
that.
This one, I need specifics. The other one, not so much. This one, I need specifics.
Yeah, no. This is what I was thinking. Is like, everyone's aware of this, so like people know that you're switching bodies.
Okay.
So like, and then also it's more like that, like you're switching bodies for a day.
Okay.
So like, you look like Sam, you talk like Sam, you are Sam, like you're seeing everything the way he sees it. but you still are you. Like, you still have your, like, brain, I guess.
I think I'd still be okay with that.
That's where I was thinking of. And I also, I don't know why, but I was also just automatically pictured, like, of course, everyone's just aware of this. Everyone's just aware that this is happening. But because, I don't know, to me it just made more sense that way. But.
Okay, so I feel like Sam and I already, we have, like, there's a lot in common. Like, I've told you that before. I won't get into it because we'll get way too off topic if I go into all the things.
I do agree with that. I will say.
That'll be another video.
Very similar to Sam.
But like either way, I would do it for a year or two. I'd still pick Sam, even with Scarlett.
I would if it was only a day. It's more dicey for me. Like, I feel like I could do it for like a day, but like I don't want that kind of responsibility for a year. I don't think I could handle it. I'll be so honest. I don't think I could.
Okay, so here's what's interesting about me as a person. I'm gonna admit this to the internet. I hate children, in general. However, if it was like my kid,
it would be different.
It would be different.
Yeah.
And I feel like, not that this applies per se, but it kind of would.
Yeah, it would for the sake of the question. Yeah.
So.
You know what I would be interested to ask is I'd be interested to ask them a version of this question. Like
of each other, who they'd switch places with. That would be interesting.
Well, that. But also, imagine if we switched bodies with them and it was one of those two doing this podcast. Like it was two of them doing this podcast in our bodies.
My brain can't fathom that. My brain is having a hard time with that one.
Tom had better not switch with me because he would hit his head on this.
That's true. I forgot you're under.
No, I was thinking about this the other day. I don't know what parameters this school was thinking of when they created these rooms. Because, like, you basically have to be my height or shorter, or like around my height or shorter to be comfortable in this room. Like the beds, like they're not that
short.
Exactly, but I'm also average height, and there's a lot of kids that go to this school that are way taller than me, and I'm wondering because when I sleep completely stretched out, and I still like routinely my feet will hit the bottom of the bed, and so I'm like, how does that work for anyone who's like way taller than me? Because, like, yeah, if you were, like, around if you were, like, 5'8", 5'9", you'd probably still be fine. But, like, if you got into, like, over 6 foot territory, and I've seen people walking around this campus, there are plenty of kids who fit that description. And I'm like, do they just...
How do you sleep at night?
Exactly,
You should ask... Could you imagine? You just walk up to somebody one day and you're like, how do you sleep at night?
No context, just in general. How do you sleep?
How do you sleep at night?
It could be in reference to anything.
That'd be so funny.
You know what? Like, honestly, I feel like if we switched bodies, I feel like Luke would do the best in my body with my schedule because he's about the same height as me. Yeah, so this wouldn't be an issue.
That's true.
And then also, I'm a Spanish major now.
That's true.
So I feel like that would be up his alley.
Wouldn't that be awesome, though, if you could just get a whole year of Luke taking all of your classes for you?
It's up to you on whether I pass finals or not. I honestly think he would excel in the classes I'm taking.
Probably.
Because I'm taking because next semester I should say, I'm going to be taking a Spanish class. And then I'm also going to be taking a theater class.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
So it's like, I feel like he'd do great. But then again, it's for a year, not a semester, so he would also be scheduling my classes for the semester
next
after
one.
Next.
That could get interesting.
In this hypothetical scenario. So that would also be interesting to see.
Yeah.
But imagine I come back, like we switch...
Midway through, that would be hard. See,
you know what I just realized?
No one would want my life.
Do you know what I just realized about that scenario?
What?
He'd be taking those classes too. Because think about it, if the scenario was for a year and it were to start, like, I don't know, say it starts when I go after my finals.
Even like
if
now.
If it started after finals.
Yeah, that would be the whole,
Then he would be taking all my classes for not only next semester, but the semester after that. The semester of classes he would have had to choose to schedule.
That would be interesting.
And so I would come back to my body after having taken that, like, a semester of classes that I had no idea I took.
That'd be so interesting.
Wouldn't that be weird?
That'd be so fun.
I love weird, like, hypotheticals like this. That was why I came up with these questions.
I genuinely don't think anyone would want my life.
I would try it. I'm not gonna lie. I would try it. We can switch for a day. You can take my classes.
You would fail everything. I would try. You would still fail.
We could switch now. You could take my finals.
Dear Lord.
It's alright, you can switch with me for my math final. We'll probably perform about the same.
Yeah, no. I would get that 0.
We were talking about this beforehand, about how I'll probably pass the math class even if I get a 0 on the final, but I probably won't get a 0 because I'm probably going to get at least some right.
And it's almost statistically impossible to actually get a natural 0.
Yeah, and the question
unless
is because they're going to be similar. Like, I have the review, and our professor said they're going to be like the same type of questions, just like with different, obviously, numbers and stuff. There's plenty of multiple choice on there. I've seen the review. I haven't done it yet. I'm not that ahead of schedule, but I have 65 questions to finish by Thursday, or no, Wednesday, because it's first.
Oh yeah.
But it's okay, because it's finals week, so I have the entirety of Monday and Tuesday, no classes, so I'll just be studying.
Definitely would not switch lives with you. For more than one reason, and not exclusively because I wouldn't like it. More so because it would really screw you over. Because I would ruin everything for you.
Everything I've set up this far would come crashing to the ground.
Completely by accident. Like, it wouldn't be a malicious, intentional thing. It would just be, I'm that bad at things that would happen. Anyway.
We can switch questions now.
But yeah. I gave my reason, right? Yeah.
Yeah. I had a harder version of this question. Which, because I was thinking of, like, I was trying to think of because I chose my top 2 and I was like, okay, who then? And that's when it gets difficult. Like, my top one, like, between Luke and AJ, I would have chosen AJ, and between Tom and Sam, I'd have chosen Tom. So, like, between AJ and Tom, which one would I pick? Because I wanted to ask that question too, but I decided not to officially because I was already at 5, and I figured I could go on talking about it for forever.
We're already here. Let's just go for it.
And I was like, I honestly still think I would pick Tom for all the same reasons I picked Tom in the first place. But also because I feel like, I don't want to say AJ's is more achievable, but, like, AJ's not quite as tall as Tom, so it's not quite as big of a difference. And also I feel like it's going to come back to Pip again. I'm going to be so real. I was trying to think if there's any other reason, and it's like...
That's so funny. I mean, it does not surprise me one bit.
Yeah, you already know I'm a huge fan of Pip.
I know enough. But, yeah. I'm trying to think. I don't know. I think they were all hard for me.
Yeah.
Genuinely.
For me, the only one I would never choose is Sam's life, only because I would not want the responsibility of taking care of a kid. I just don't think I would be good at it. Like, I genuinely don't. Like, I think I would fuck it out. Like, I would definitely accidentally teach her a curse word or something. Like, I would definitely, like, do something like that. And it would be totally unintentional, but I would somehow mess something up. I just feel like I would. So I would not do that.
I don't know.
Because also, I feel like that's the other reason, is because...
I think you'd be better than you think you would.
I don't think so. Because the other thing is, like, obviously, in this scenario, everyone who can be aware of it is aware that we've switched bodies. So, like, Jay would be aware. that it's me and Sam's body, but Scarlet probably wouldn't, depending on her age.
Right.
Of when this happened. Like, if she was her age now, she's not gonna know that. And so it's like, I don't want to, like, accidentally make a core memory.
Okay.
Like, that's what I mean when I say I'd fuck it up. Like, I don't want to accidentally do something like that, and then 10 years down the line, Scarlet asks Sam about that, and he's like, yeah, so that actually wasn't me.
That wasn't me.
Yeah, so it's like, so I wouldn't want to fuck it up because, like, that's the thing. It's like, that's the only one I see where I could accidentally fuck up, like, something like that. Because obviously everyone else would know. Like, if I switched bodies with Tom, like, Pip would know about that. Pip would know that we switched bodies. And so it's like, they would be aware. And, like, same thing with, like, you know, the other boys would be aware of it, too. And, like, so it's just, I don't know, I feel like it's the
Here's another aspect of this for me.
Okay.
I've always not liked children. They love me.
So you'd be fine.
I don't know why. Because I don't typically give off an air of, like, come hang out with me, kids, I'm fun. No. I give off an air of, don't come near me. I don't like you.
Maybe that's why. Maybe it's
could
like...
be.
Maybe they want what they can't have.
It could be. And, like, don't get me wrong, like, I'm fine. Like, I can handle kids. I'm fine with kids. I've babysat kids.
I'm afraid of them.
But...
So... Yeah, I don't trust. I've had so many bad experiences with little kids that I just don't trust them anymore for anything.
You know what's a great age? 5 to 7.
Really?
5 to 7. Yeah, because it's when they're like, there's been times where, like, 5 to 7-year-olds, I'll like get out, like, my old horses and stuff, and I'll be like, let's play with them, and that's like when they love that kind of thing.
Oh,
but, like, typically older than that, they're, like, starting to get into, like, you know, it's so, they get into things so much younger now. I feel like more, like, adult things they get into earlier.
Oh,
so,
I
like,
agree.
Like, social media and stuff, like, at, like, 9, 10 years old, I'm just like, no, that's dumb. Like, I didn't even get my iPod until I was 12.
I've heard of, like, 6-year-olds who are given iPhones, and I'm like, that's too young. You should not have a phone that young.
No. So I feel like that's where it gets hard. So that's why, like, 5 to 7 is, like, I feel like it's
that's interesting. Age. If I had to choose an age, I would choose, like, young enough that they wouldn't remember. Like, because again,
depending on the kid, 5 to 7 might fall into that category, because like, I could not tell you a single thing from the time. Genuinely, I don't remember most of my childhood. I've told you this before.
Yeah.
From, like, basically the time I was born until about 6th grade, which is, like, 12.
Yeah.
I hardly remember any of it. I can remember all the bad stuff that happened, but I don't remember, like, anything good.
Yeah. I would just be too afraid of, like, fucking up the life of some child. Because I have a reason for this. It's because I have so many moments in my head as memories from my childhood where adults did something they shouldn't have. Like, in front of me, and I witnessed it, and it stuck with me for forever, and it, like, changed something in me. So for that reason,
don't you think that would have the opposite effect?
What do you mean?
Make it easier for you to not do the same things?
No, because I feel like it would be by accident, and that's the thing. Is like, because it was never adults who intended this. It would be like I overheard something, or like it wasn't something they were trying to, like, put out, and I don't even know what it would be. That's the other thing. That's the other reason I wouldn't catch it.
I feel like that's part of, like, because my family life was so awful.
Yeah.
I just feel like there was a point in time where I was like, I actually want to have a kid just to spite my own mother, which is not a good reason to have a kid, which is why I don't have a kid, because thankfully I was self-aware enough to be like, that's a dumb reason to have a kid.
Yeah.
But, you know.
Yeah. That's the only reason I would never pick Sam. Any of the others I would try, but, and it's like, it's nothing against, and it's like, it's nothing against Sam. I just feel like I would not be good at taking care of Scarlet.
I think it would be fun.
That's the reason why. Anything else, I feel like I could probably do
like
okay with.
Jay's probably a really fun person to hang out with.
Yeah, that's the other thing. That's why I, like, struggled for a bit on the Tom or Sam one, and it came down to those two reasons, was because I was like, it would be really fun to hang out with Jay.
Yeah.
So,
all right.
Shall I move on to the next question?
Yeah, next one.
So I got two more. Okay. Would you rather be Annabelle or Butch?
You know, I've thought about this already in the past.
Me too.
Because I was like, you know what, I need to figure out which one of these two I would be.
I already did for me. I know my answer already.
It's very difficult because I have aspects of both.
Yeah.
Which makes it tricky. What's yours? Because I'm gonna need a minute.
I would pick Annabelle because I feel like I'm already more similar, like personality-wise, to Annabelle than I am to Butch. So for that, and also, I would be so into someone like Butch. Like, Butch is like my type in women.
That is true.
Like Butch's personality is like that. Like, that is what I am attracted to in women. And so I'm like, I would be Annabelle, I think. Because I'm, number one, more similar to Annabelle, and number two, we have the same interest in women, clearly. So, that's my... So, have you thought about it? What would you pick?
This is such a hard one. Because, like, I feel like aspect-wise, I don't know, this is hard. I feel like I have a personality that's literally like almost a combination of both of them, like to a T.
I can see that.
But at the same time, it's like, okay, maybe I lean more towards like Butch. But I don't know. I think I'm split. I genuinely think I'm split down the middle of like.
Would you be the dad?
Which one I'm.
Would you be Mr. Parker?
Honestly, quite possibly.
I could see you being Mr. Parker.
I could so see myself being that.
So between Annabelle or Butch, you are Mr. Parker.
Yeah.
Because now that I think of it, that just occurred to me now. You would so be Mr. Parker.
That is my vibe.
You do give Mr. Parker vibes. I'm gonna say we open this question up a little bit more and give you the free will to choose Mr. Parker.
Yeah. I feel like that fits. That fits me.
Yeah. Alright, last question?
Yeah, go for it. This is the one you were telling me about, isn't it?
I'm ready for this one. Would you rather marry Egbert or Pablo?
See, this one I think is actually easy.
This is one what?
I think this one's easy for me.
For me, it's hard. It's a really tough choice.
I would pick Egbert.
Really?
Oh yeah, 100%.
Ah. I would pick, probably no surprise to you, Pablo.
Really? You?
Yes, I would.
A Tom character?
Yes.
Me? A Luke character?
Shocking. Isn't it so surprising? We're all shocked. But honestly, I don't know what it is. Like, because I did think about this, and mind you, it was very, very close. Like, I had to think about this one for pretty much up until we started filming. Because I genuinely wasn't sure, because there's aspects of both that I really like that the other one doesn't have.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I wrote mine down. I did not think about them that much. I was just like, you know what? I'm just gonna write them down real quick, not think about them. I'm gonna wait until we film it and then think about it.
This is the one that, like, I had to toss up with the most. Pretty much every other question on here, I kind of knew my answer. I just, like, thought about it more thoroughly to make sure. But this one could go. It depends on the day. Like, genuinely, I feel like, because I put this question on here because I knew it would be a hard one for me to answer.
Okay.
That's why I put this one on here, is because I specifically knew it would be tricky for me on purpose. But honestly, it's difficult because, like, I'm not generally into people who are in the military. So it's like, for that reason, I would lean more towards Pablo.
Yeah, that's fair.
But also, I feel like we got a lot more character development with Egbert than Pablo. So we know a lot more about Egbert's character than we know about Pablo.
Yeah.
So it's like, for that reason, I would want to choose Egbert, simply because I know more about him. But it's like, but also, what I've seen of Pablo's character, like, he seems to be morally sound. He seems to have...
Yeah.
He seems to have good morals. We know he's hot because he's Pablo. And, like, you know, he obviously seems like he'd be a decent person. Aside from, I believe, the fist fight that happened at the end of that scene.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, dude, doesn't he kill somebody?
I don't remember specifics.
I'm pretty sure he kills somebody, but I just can't remember if he kills somebody as, like, the law, or... Because remember, he's like everyone in the town.
Because isn't it Cheryl's ex who comes in?
I need to rewatch that one.
I can't remember if that was a detail that was discussed. I feel like Sam comes in.
Sam comes in as somebody and ends up dead.
Sam comes in, I feel like, this is how I remember it, it's probably incorrect, but I feel like I remember Sam coming in and then Luke, like, being offended or, like, getting upset, and then I feel like Tom feeds off of that, and then they, like, make it into someone that Cheryl doesn't like, so I interpreted that as it being Cheryl's ex. It's been a while since I've seen that one.
That's a time warp.
This might be completely, like, not canon with what actually happened, but I feel like that's how
I know for sure. Sam came in, and then it went to, like, double speed.
Yeah, and
Sam dies.
Happened, and then Sam died, and then they're like, yep, let's bury the body.
That's the max of what I can remember from that.
But also, Egbert probably also killed people, because he went to war.
Oh, yeah. I'm not saying that that's a problem. I was just...
I'm not saying murder's a problem.
No, hold on. You were bringing morality into this, okay? So I was just putting up the question of, because that was his one of the morality
first things that I went to, is like, because I was thinking about it and I was like, I'd be attracted to both of them, so that's out of the question.
But I did specify the fact of, if he did it as the law, which is basically the same idea as killing people at war, technically your morality is not in question for that.
I guess so, but he's also every job in that town, which, I'm not gonna lie, I find that kind of to be an attractive trait. The fact that
I was just gonna say that. I was like,
the fact that he can do all of that clearly well enough to be, I guess, like, it's implied that he's successful with all this.
Yeah.
And I'm like, the fact that he could do all that is really attractive. So I feel like that's another thing that really would lean me towards Pablo. So I feel like I would pick Pablo, but very, very close. It was, again, I had to think about that one for a while, and I still think it would depend on the day. Like, I think if you asked me tomorrow, it might change.
I just want someone to tell me all the reasons they love me. That's fine with me.
That's also fair. That's also true. That was such a good monologue. I have that one memorized. Oh, that's so good.
It was good.
Anyway, that's the end of my questions, so it's your turn now.
My first one. Would you rather be an additional main character in Game of Truth and Tea or The Last Lullaby? And to specify this question further, you could take it two ways. You could go adding yourself as a main character into it, or creating your own character that you're adding into it.
This is a tough one.
I know.
This is a good question.
If
anyone has
complex.
If anyone in the comments has a direct answer to this, like as soon as you heard it, an answer came to your head, please put that down there, because I want to know, because this is... And that goes for all these questions. If you have any like particular answers for any of the questions we've asked so far, please put them in the comments, because I'm so curious. But like, let me think about that. So, Truth of Tea or Last Lullaby, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's really tough because I would want my instinct is to say truth and tea because I feel like yeah, they're both a little bit on the scarier edge of things. But I feel like truth and tea is slightly less so, or at least in a way that would be less so to me. But also there's the thing of like, if I was to go into the last lullaby, could I have changed the outcome? Like there's that too. Like could my character have changed how the plot went? Because if I went to Truth and Tea, I would be there just for the vibes. Like I would be a main character. I would still have like the plot would still go as it went. But like with the last lullaby, I'd be curious to know if I could change the plot as since I'm a main character in this. It's theoretical that I could.
Yeah. I think I would say as a main character, you have that ability. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like I'm gonna choose Truth and Tea because I feel like if this was like a real thing, like if they were like, we're gonna teleport you into these plots, pick a plot, I would pick Truth and Tea. So for that reason, I would pick it. But as a hypothetical, like purely hypothetical, I would have to think about that more. But I am gonna say Truth and Tea because it was my instinct and it's what I would choose if it was reality.
Yeah, I agree. Mostly because the last lullaby kind of is terrifying.
I agree. It's one of the scariest ones I've seen. So.
Yeah. All right, second one?
Yep.
This one's my funny one.
Oh no.
Would you rather be trapped in a room with Old Lady Marjorie or Nana Ethel?
Stellar option.
Isn't this great? By the way, just so you know, I came up with all of these at 3 o'clock in the morning. And I literally just typed them out, closed the app, and haven't looked at them since.
Oh. Honestly? Old Lady Marjorie.
Really?
Yes. I would pick Old Lady Marjorie because she seems like the slightly more sane one of the two.
You think?
For one reason. And also, she's magical.
That's true. She is a witch.
She could help me pass my finals. I would be like, all right, I'll trade you my water bottle for good grades for the rest of school. For every class I take.
I didn't even take that into my consideration.
That was one of the first things I thought of.
That is a good point.
I'd choose Old Lady Marjorie. Although I would try to not mess up her name because I don't want to be slapped.
True. Very true. I think I'd go with Ethel.
Really?
Yeah.
Have fun.
I think I would. I think I need someone to bring some energy into my life, you know?
That's what I do right now, I think.
Yeah.
But yeah, an interesting two to pick, but I would choose Old Lady Marjorie, I think.
Alright, you ready for the third one?
Alright. Oh no. I'm scared.
After the apocalypse destroys most of the world,
who
would you rather live off the grid with? Bubba and Jeremiah or Derek and Titch?
No, you can't do this to me.
I knew this one would end you.
No,
which is exactly why I picked it. Even 3 a.m. me knew.
Oh my gosh.
I have a very logical answer to this.
I gotta think about this.
I can go first if you want.
Yeah, please do, because I'm gonna need a minute.
Okay. So this is where I kind of went with this thought process. I was like, okay, what was the nature of this apocalypse? Is it still a threat? Because if it's still a threat, I would probably go with Bubba and Jeremiah, because I think they can fuck shit up.
Yeah, they already have.
Like, for sure. However, if the threat is, like, gone and it's just purely about survival, I'd go with Derek and Titch.
I thought about it. When you said the question, the first thing that like I pictured was like the apocalypse is over, but it's like just after.
Yeah.
That's what I was picturing. And I've come to my conclusion.
Okay.
I would pick, and I'll give my reasonings for this, and I don't know if it's going to be what you're thinking of or not, but I would pick Derek and Titch for a couple reasons. Number one, I feel like because like we know that Bubba and Jeremiah have a farm.
Yeah.
But we don't know.
That was another reason why I went with these two, because I was like, they're the two that are like they've got kind of like an established like homestead vibe.
Yeah. And it's like, I was leaning towards it for that reason, but then I was like, no, because we don't know what kind of farm necessarily. Like they
know they have chickens.
They mention animals, but I don't remember if they mention much like crop food.
Right.
Like I can't remember if they do or if they don't.
I know they talk about chickens.
Yeah, same. And they talk about dogs.
I remember the chickens.
They talk about dogs and they talk about chickens. And they talk about a fire, I think.
Yeah.
But I don't remember if they talk about any crops. And so I'm like, but we know that Derek and Titch can grow food.
Yeah.
So for that reason...
That was my thought process.
For that reason, I would pick Derek and Titch. Also, because I feel like I would get along with them better.
Yeah.
Like, if we were to take me as I am and put me with Bubba and Jeremiah, I don't think we would get along very well. As much as I love the characters, like, I feel like they wouldn't like me very much.
I could see there being way too many opinions.
Yeah. Because you're taking someone like me and, like, someone who's from the very northern U.S.
Oh, that too. Yeah.
Like, the northeastern U.S. versus, like, the southern. Like, we're, like, I'm guessing deep south based on the vibes they give. I don't remember do they say where they're at?
I don't think so, but I get Texas.
I don't think they do either, but I'm going to say
vibes.
It's probably, based on vibes, I'm saying this is probably deep south.
Texas, I'm like, Oklahoma, maybe?
Yeah, and I'm like, if we were to put me there, I'm not doing well. Socially or physically, because it gets, like, this is the apocalypse, but also the seasons still happen, and it is way warmer down there than it is up here in the summer.
That's true.
And I don't think I'd live. I think I would die of heat stroke. I don't think I would survive that. I don't think I'd survive the South. But yeah, I also think there would be too many opinions, because they seem like people that would have, like, some very conflicting opinions with me. As much as I love them as characters, I don't think if I were to, I don't think they would like me very much. Whereas I feel like, honestly, I feel like I could get along with Derek and Titch pretty well. You know? So, that's my reasoning. I feel like I would... Like, because Derek and Titch, we know for a fact they can grow food, and because of the fact I would feel like I would get along better with them.
I looked something up, because I was curious. I wanted to know what climate you had to be in to grow aubergines.
Okay.
The southern U.S., California, and the Mediterranean are the best places. So they're all kind of like the same vibe. Hot.
All right, well then I'm definitely choosing Derek and Titch, because then it comes down to who I get along with more, and it's definitely going to be those two. Because I feel like Derek and Titch represent two parts of my personality.
I agree.
Genuinely. Because I feel like
for both of us,
so much of like how I genuinely go about my day to day. Like, I feel like Titch is very like logical, very like, you know, try to get your work done kind of guy, and he's a little bit out of touch with his emotions. And so I feel like though.
Yep, that tracks.
Yeah. But I also feel like Derek is me, like, on the inside, because Derek is who I have a hard time being on the outside, because of the walls that I have up.
Oh yeah, you don't have to explain it to me. I get it.
I'm explaining it to everyone else.
I know.
But, and so it's like, I genuinely feel like I would get along well with both of them for that reason, because I feel like they both make up parts of me.
I agree.
So I could get along, honestly, pretty well with both of them. So.
I think genuinely, I mean, again, this is just my personality. I'll get along with whoever I'm with
Yeah.
Like
I cannot do that.
I tend to be a bit of a chameleon. But at the same time, I don't waver on my core values though either. So like it's weird because there's like a limit of like I do try to be what people want me to be, but at the same time, like, I'll only go so far.
That's fair.
So
That's fair.
It's weird. It's hard to explain. So I think I'd honestly be fine with either of them, but I think I would enjoy it more with Derek and Titch.
For me, it would come down to being Derek and Titch because I don't know that. Like, I feel like I would be okay with them, but I don't know if they would be okay with me. Whereas I feel like Derek and Titch wouldn't, like, I feel like they could get along with me as well as I could get along with them.
Yeah.
But I don't know if Bubba and Jeremiah would like me very much. So, okay, yeah.
Next question. Okay, this one technically barely classifies as would you rather. It's more of multiple choice. Just a little. Just a tiny bit. Which of the 4 boys would you want to officiate your wedding?
Oh.
I've already told you my answer to this.
Yeah,
because we had this conversation, sort of.
We did, but I never thought about it in terms of it being me.
I know.
That's hard. I gotta think about this one.
Oh, I can give mine.
Yeah, do that, because I gotta think about this, because I feel like there's pros to all of them.
I would pick AJ.
Yeah.
1, because I know he's done it before. And 2, I don't know. He has that chill vibe. That, like, he just has the vibe of, like, being super competent.
He also has the vibe of an officiant. I don't know how to express that. But, like, if we didn't know who any of them were and we were to see pictures of weddings and he was in them and all of them, I feel like AJ would blend in the best. Like, the others might catch our eyes a little bit, like, oh, are you meant to be here? But then I feel like he would blend in pretty well.
Listen, there's just something to be said about Suit J.
There is. There's lots of things to be said about Suit J.
I
agree with you 1,000%.
Can't go wrong with Suit J.
You really can't. I gotta think about this answer. I really don't know. I'm trying to think. This is the hardest one so far.
Wow.
I don't know how that's possible. I really don't, but it is. I'm having a really... I feel like it wouldn't be the hardest question, but yet I'm having a very difficult time picking. I'm going to say this.
Okay.
This is a very hesitant answer. It's going to be whoever looks the least like whoever I end up marrying. Because...
Interesting.
Because of my interests in who I'm, like, romantically into, it's either going to be a very butch lesbian or a man. Both of which are likely to have, like, a similar hairstyle to one of them. Probably. And possibly similar physiques to them, too. Again, it depends.
Mm-hmm.
So...
See, that doesn't even come into play for me. I don't care.
Like,
I could marry a rock. Well, I would not care.
You wouldn't give a shit. But that's where I'm coming to, because honestly, I'd be fine with any of them. Like, I would pick any of them for different reasons, honestly. But I feel like I want to try to pick an actual answer, because I feel like that's not a very...
That's a cop-out.
Oh, that's an I'll get back to you in 10 years when I marry kind of answer.
When you have the lived experience, then you will decide.
When I have a significant other, then we'll come back to this. No, I want to answer this now, because I feel like it's unfair if I don't. I'm gonna go with...
I want to hear other people's answers. I hope you guys put them in the comments.
I really want to know other people's answers. I don't know why, but I'm gravitating towards either AJ or Luke.
Both are solid.
I know,
solid
and that's
choices.
why I can't pick. Like, again, I would do any of them, but like it's taken me this long to narrow it down even to those two.
I feel like Luke would be good at it too.
Yeah, that's what I mean. He seems like he would have the vibe of someone who'd be really good at it. You know what? For the sake of having a different answer than you, because I feel like we've had a lot of similar answers, I'm gonna pick Luke.
Okay. It's so interesting to me, like, because like Luke really is my favorite, but like a lot of my choices don't reflect that if you think about it. But it's all right.
Yeah, and again, I don't know what it is, but it's like, again, it comes down to the vibe. Like, I feel like Tom or Sam, like, I feel like they could do it, but also I feel like they wouldn't sort of, I don't want to say they wouldn't look like they belonged there, but like they wouldn't fit in as well as AJ or Luke would in that type of
I
setting.
Genuinely think that any of them could do it and would do it well.
Yeah, 1,000%.
But yeah, I feel like Luke and AJ have the best like vibe for it.
Yeah, and I wish I had a better explanation than that for why I'm choosing that, but I would pick Luke.
Yeah. All right, my last one. The last one's evil.
Oh no, you did say that. You mentioned your last one being evil, and I'm scared.
All right. You have to listen to this one carefully, though, because it's wordy.
Okay, I'm ready.
Would you rather only ever be able to watch the boys' online content, but never able to see a live show and meet them, or never be able to watch their online content again, but you can see live shows and meet them on a regular basis? I told you this one was evil.
You hate me.
Apparently I hate myself, too. I don't like this question either, and I came up with it. I have my answer, though.
Say the question one more time. I think I have my answer, but I want to be sure.
Would you rather only ever be able to watch the boys' online content, but never able to see a live show or meet them, or never be able to watch their online content, but you can go to live shows and meet them on a regular basis?
This is a tough question for me because I watch their online content all the time, so often now, that it's like a very routine thing for me.
Yep. Same.
And the other problem with this question is, like, it would mean you can never watch any of the long forms they've ever done again. Which is also why this is a struggle, because I have some really good ones that I would love to watch until the day I die. This is so hard. I changed my answer. This is the hardest question you've asked me.
I knew this one was going to be the worst.
This is a really tough one. Because there's pros and cons to both. Because it's like, yeah, of course I'd love to like actually go to their shows on a regular basis and get to meet them. Like, that would be awesome. That's literally like the one thing I want most right now. But also, it comes down to the fact that you would never be able to see the long forms again. And also, I am going to throw in that you might not have the best seat if you were at a show. So your angle might suck, you may or may not be able to hear them very well. And you obviously can't do captions.
That's true.
So that, for that reason also, it would be hard, because it's like, because you can't rewatch it from a different angle if you happen to get a seat that sucked.
Right.
And if it seemed like it was a good one, but it would be better from cameras, too bad, because you're not going to get to see it on cameras because you're at the live show if you pick that answer. Do you have an answer to this question?
I think I do. Yeah.
You say your answer, because I think I have mine as well. But again, I want to hear yours first.
So, both options absolutely crush my soul.
Yeah.
No matter what. This is basically choosing the lesser of two evils sort of thing. I would take the online content. And here's why. At this point in time, never met them, never been to a live show. I don't fully know what I'm missing out on. However, with the other question, to have had the online content and lose the online content, I know what I'm missing out on.
Exactly.
So I feel like I'm losing more with getting everything live and in person. Whereas with the online content, I'm technically not losing anything because I've never had it. But at the same time, I guess it is taking away this whole element of like hope, which is kind of what I'm clinging to for survival.
I didn't consider the part, because you mentioned, like, we have the online content now. Mm-hmm. So it would be weird not to have it. I didn't think about that aspect of it quite exactly. Like, I think I brushed over it in my head, but I didn't think about it really. This is tough.
I know. I'm evil.
This is a horrible question. This is really difficult. I'm genuinely like, and the reason it's so difficult is because, like we mentioned in the top 10, I can't just choose something and be fine with it.
It has to be the right answer.
Exactly. It has to be the actual answer for if this was real. Literally, like if I were to suddenly get a diagnosis that said I had a month to live, like, I would choose, obviously, to see them in person. Because that's something that is on my list. I have to do that before I die.
You have thought way more deep than I did.
I told you
about this.
But this is where it gets interesting though, because we're assuming this is now. Yeah. Like, from this point forwards. And if that's the case, I would have a really hard time picking, because I don't know if I could survive well without the online content. And
but also so much of my will to live is to get to a show.
Exactly. And that for me right now is like there is nothing else I would want more.
Same.
In the world.
Same.
Than to meet them in person.
Same.
So, and on a regular basis, too, is also adding in another layer of difficulty.
That's why I added that, because I was like, oh, that just makes it even harder.
It really does, because now it's not only do you get to meet them, but you get to meet them multiple times.
So my initial wording for that was actually frequently, and then I changed it to on a regular basis, because I was like, frequently is less than specific than on a regular basis. And specifically the idea of not only just going to the live shows, but specifically meeting them on a regular basis.
Yeah. That's the part that's getting me for this.
Cause like and it's so hard. And like,
and it's hard. It's also hard, I feel like, because I want to say that I would be fine not seeing the long forms again, because I've seen them enough that I have them memorized.
That's true.
But the problem with me is that my memories sucks.
Yes, I am.
And so I am so afraid that I would forget, like, a detail that had been my favorite, because that's happened before, where I will have seen a long form several times, and then I'll not watch it for a bit, and then I'll remember what I think was my favorite part, and then I'll rewatch it again and be like, oh my god, I totally forgot this happened. This was the best part.
Yeah, that happens to me too, especially considering that typically when I watch them, like, I don't typically just pick a random one and watch it on a random day. Like,
exactly.
If I'm watching long forms, I'm typically marathoning it, and I'll watch so many in one sitting that, like, sometimes they blur together a bit.
I've done that before. It's been a while since I've had the time to do that, so I'm looking forward to winter break. But
I have no life. All I do is marathon shoot from the hip.
Some would call that the best life.
It is. It's pretty good. I do get bored sometimes, though.
Yeah.
Like, believe it or not, this is a crazy thing to admit. It is possible to watch so much in a day that the next day you're just kind of like, I want something else.
Well, I could get that for sure. It sounds crazy to me because I've never had a stretch of time like that. Like, because the thing about is, like, even when I was in winter break before, they were never this long.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
My winter break now is a month long.
Yeah.
Previously, I got, like, 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
And it was filled with homework that I had to do for when I got back. Yeah. But I don't have that this time. So this will be the first time in a long time
that you have, like, a legit break.
Seriously, because even during summer, I work. Like, I have days off, but that's a couple days at a time at most. This will be the longest break I've had where I truly have nothing that I have to do, and it's all things that I get to choose to do in forever. I don't even know when the last time was that I truly had a full month off with nothing to do. Probably before I started working. Well, let's continue before we get too far off the...
Yes. Okay. So, these are the would you rathers from the Instagram, from Instagram followers.
Yep.
I'll start with the shoot from the hip ones, and then I'll go into the ones that are kind of like just like get to know you ones, sort of.
Yep. All right. Sounds good.
Check everything's recording. Had like a mini panic attack for a second. I was like, I hit the button, right? Okay. Would you rather be Scottish Batman or Scottish Robin?
I'm going to say Scottish Batman because I would not want to be Scottish Robin because I don't want to be captured by Lord Lafayette.
Is that really such a bad thing? Just...
Probably not to us, but to Robin, yes.
Maybe. Who's to say? No, I would probably pick Scottish Batman. Just because
I wouldn't mind
who wouldn't want to be Batman? Who wouldn't want to be any version of Batman?
That's true.
Really? Like, come on.
I would do either, but if I had a choice, I'd
jerks.
pick Batman.
Yeah, I want to go out and punch jerks. Bad people. Heck yeah.
You can do that now. There just might be consequences.
That's the point. That's why being Batman is so much better. Didn't I tell you? I said something to you the other night where I was like, I am the night.
I think you did.
Anyway. Yeah, that was fairly easy. That was a fairly easy one.
That one wasn't too bad.
Would you rather never watch Shoot from the Hip or have to watch Shoot from the Hip every day?
Every day. I already do that.
100% every day because, yes, I already do that.
Yeah, same.
Would you rather watch Never Give Annabelle a Gun or watch The Sins of the Gardener? And I'm going to add to this and say this very second.
This second, I would say Never Give Annabelle a Gun because I'm just always in the mood for that one. Whereas I feel like Sins of the Gardener, I would not pick is my answer to this question because obviously it's a good one, but I'm not always in the mood for it. And so it's like it depends on the day for Sins of the Gardener, but I'm always in the mood for Annabelle. So
this very second, I would also pick Annabelle, and that's because I haven't seen it too recently. And like Sins of the Gardener, because it's one of my top favorites, I've rewatched it a lot recently. So just shake things up a little and watch something from a little while longer ago.
Yeah, that makes sense.
The last Shoot from the Hip related one. Would you rather send out gifts with Santa or have a fireplace date with Tompus, which, for those who don't know the wordplay that I'm saying here, Santa and Krampus from Divorces and Teddy Bears. That took me way too long to get that name out. That's what we're talking about. So, Sam's Santa or Tom's Krampus. Presents with Santa. Date with Krampus. Interesting choice.
I want to say presents with Santa because that feels like the better moral choice. But
who needs morals?
Knowing me,
this is theoretical.
If I were to do that, I'd be sitting there complaining about the cold. I'd be tired and want to go home. I would get tired of the exercise very quickly. I feel like I would much rather be by the fireplace, honestly. Mm-hmm. And, like, this is a date setting, so I assume he's not trying to kill me.
I would think.
I would hope. First date idea, murder your date.
You know, unless you're into that kind of thing.
Did you just say unless you're into that kind of thing?
I need to go to bed.
Anyway, I would probably choose the Krampus one because of the fireplace.
Yeah,
I would much rather be by a fireplace.
I'm very with you on the cold front. I don't like heights. And upon further consideration of the actual activity, I'm pretty sure that I would pass out because that's way too much like up and down and in and out and picking things up and putting things down. Like, no, I would pass out. My physical health is not there for that.
I'd probably go torpedoing off the sleigh and die.
I'd probably fall off of roofs too. I'm just clumsy enough that I would not survive.
Sorry, I just had an image in my head
of me falling off a roof?
Of some kid looking out their window and being like, Mom, I think Santa's here. And then you fall off the roof.
Yeah, that's pretty accurate to what would happen. So so I would take Krampus, the date with Krampus.
So would I, because the fireplace
it would be warm. So and I feel like he's like what, 1,000 some years old. I feel like
something like that.
He probably would have some fun stories.
I would hope after 1,000 years. I hope you have a few good stories to tell.
Yeah, so I'd be fine with that. I'd be all right.
Yeah.
Okay. Now the two sort of like about us ones. Would you rather have a chance to speak to your older self or your younger self? And what would you say?
This is a little bit of a tough...
Oh, this one's easy for me.
I'd say a little bit of a tough because I know my answer, but there's something that like pulls me towards the other one a little bit. And it's the fact that I would want to tell my younger self that it will in fact be okay. Because me, when I was younger, was so up in the air about where I would be at this point in my life and how I would be doing that I feel like there was nights I didn't sleep because I was up thinking about that. So part of me wants to go back and tell myself, like, it will be okay. But then the one that I would pick, my official answer, is older. Because I still have a little bit of that paranoia now. As far as, like, with what I want to do with the rest of my life.
So you want your older self to confirm...
Yes.
What you want to tell your younger self.
My younger self can fend for themselves. They did fine then and they'll do fine now. But I would want to talk to my older self and I would want to ask them, like, how are we doing? Is there something I need to change? Like, is there something I'm doing now that's going to lead us to be somewhere we don't want to be by the time we get to you? Like, is there something I need to change? So
you would seek advice.
Yeah, like, is there something I need to change at this point? Because to me, that's such a, like, paranoia thing. Like, I'm so afraid of, like, the finite amount of time I have on this planet that I'm like, I want to spend it well. And I want to know that I'm spending it well. But the problem is you don't always know that you're spending the time well until after. So, part of me, I would really want to ask my older self, like, did I spend the time well? is the path I'm on a good one, or is there something I need to change that needs to change now, or is there something I need to know, like, for the future that will change it to be better? Or, like, because the path I'm on right now, I think, is the one that I'm going to be happy on, but maybe 20 years in the future, that's not the case. And, like, maybe that's something that I'm going to end up regretting, or, you know, something along those lines. So I would want my older self to be, like, to either confirm or deny on if the path I'm on is a good one. And if it's not, I would want to talk to them about what to do to change that. Because I am so, like, afraid of regretting something or having, like, and not, like, just one or two things. Like, I feel like that's normal. But, like, I'm afraid of, it, like, again, 20 years down the line being like, man, I regret making this choice because it made everything from there to here worse. Or, like, you know, something along those lines. So I would choose older self.
I would go younger. And not to change anything. Because anyone who knows anything about time travel, you don't mess with the past.
Yeah.
Bad things happen when you try to change things. So that wouldn't be the goal. But just to say that, like, despite everything that you will go through, you end up exactly where you want to be. And to hold on to that, because I don't need to go talk to my older self. I'm gonna end up being my older self. Like, I have the opportunity later on to talk to my older self.
There's another fucking ad. Are you kidding me? Where are they coming from? It's on my light source now.
Oh, jeez.
Stupid
but
thing.
Yeah.
Why'd you have to die there?
So, basically, that's my reasoning. 'Cause, like, even despite all of the crap that I've been through, the people that I have in my life right now are worth it. They're worth all of it.
Yeah.
So,
I have another question that diverges a little bit from the would you rather, but I'm curious.
Yeah.
If you could choose to talk to the older version of me, would you? This is an option-based question. Like, if you had the chance to talk to the opposite person's older self, would you choose to do it or not? Like, you get an option. You can say no, and things will proceed as usual, or you can take the opportunity and have, like, a 5-minute conversation with...
I don't think I would. Genuinely, the interesting thing about me, and this could just genuinely be the fact that I have never been the type of person that, like, you know when people ask you, oh, where do you see yourself in 5 years? I don't see myself in 5 years.
Yeah.
Like, I physically cannot, my brain cannot process the concept of anything past the next day. Like, I can plan things for weeks in advance. I can have things that I'm looking forward to, but my brain cannot fathom the concept of, like, in 5 years, what do you want? I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, I cannot process it. So that has always been something that, like, has really almost borderline annoyed me when people ask. Because I don't know. I don't think about it. Like, I'm trying to survive right here, right now. And I do not care what the future holds.
I would also say no, because
I just don't.
My reasoning is different. If I had the option to talk to your older self, I would still choose no. Just like you did, because I'm the type of person where it's like, because in this scenario you have to come back to now. Like, you only get, like, the 5 minutes of the conversation. And for me, I'm very much the type of person where it's like, I like to see where things will go. I like to enjoy the journey.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's like, if we end up wherever we are, in however, like, it depends on how, like, exactly what age you are when I'm talking to your older self.
Yeah.
But, like, I wouldn't really want to know that. I think I'd want to know that through the journey. Like, I'd want to see us get there. I don't want to, because to me that sort of feels like if you were to pick up a book and then just skip to like halfway through.
Yeah.
Like, why would you do that? And I asked that question, and it came into my head because someone asked me that recently.
Interesting.
And I thought about it. Like, if you and your best friend had the opportunity to had the option to see and talk to each other's older self for like 5 minutes, would you choose to, or would you not?
Yeah, no, I wouldn't want to know.
Yeah, same. I would also just like I would be of the mindset of like, I'll see when I get there, and I don't want to know before then, because that's not something I can probably change.
The last one. Whales or dolphins?
Whales. I pick whales.
I think dolphins. For me. Depends on the whale.
I would take just about any whale over a dolphin. Dolphins are cute and all, but they got some dark parts to them.
I saw somewhere recently that dolphins have the mental capacity of a 4-year-old.
They do, yeah.
And then there was some other animal. I don't remember what it was. I can't remember. But I was very surprised, because I was like, 4. That's interesting. I know cockatoos are like 5 or 6-year-olds, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Which is very interesting to me as well. But yeah, I think dolphins.
And then crows are about a 7-year-old.
Yeah. I love crows. Crows are great.
I love ravens. I like both. I like both of them, but I like ravens slightly more.
I like the idea of the simplicity of forming an army of crows.
A murder, you might say?
Yeah.
I love so much that that's what the group of them is called.
That is an excellent choice.
And I also love their social dynamic, because the fact of, like... Because it reminds me of people sometimes. Like, the whole social dynamic of, like, if you mess with one of them...
Oh, yeah, they'll come after you.
The entire family and friendship groups will all come down. That reminds me so much of, like, human friendships, where it's like, if you have a friend come up to you and be like, you know what, we don't like this person, you're just like, yep, agree.
Yeah.
Know nothing about them, but I agree. We, from here to forward, do not like them.
Yeah.
And it reminds me so much of that. All right, well, that was our episode for today, guys. We hope you enjoyed it.
That was a long one.
And it was a long one. I feel bad for you, because you're going to have to edit this. Sorry about that.
That's alright. I'll be fine.
But anyways.
It's not like this isn't like my busiest week that I have.
Yeah, it's not like, you know.
Possibly all year.
Yeah, you know.
It's fine.
Nothing like that.
No big deal.
But anyways, this was a fun one. I had a good time.
So did I.
And
Would You Rather was a great. We're going to have to do part 2.
Please let us know if you would like a part 2. And
also,
please DM us questions.
Yes.
For the Would You Rather, because I at least had a very hard time coming up with mine because my brain is fried. So please ask different questions. Leave in the comments below your thoughts on this video, anything you'd like to see in the future, any ideas you might have, and your answers to the Would You Rather questions that we ask, because I'm curious to know those as well.
I would love to see answers to the Would You Rathers.
We would. And yeah, I think that's about it. So thank you all for watching.
I will say our next episode is going to be the day after Christmas. So that'll be fun.
Yeah, it will be fun. I'm excited for that one.
Me too.
But all right. Well, we will see you guys
for watching.
Thank you for watching, and thank you guys again for all of the support that you've shown this podcast,
oh
because
my gosh.
this is incredible, you guys.
While we're talking about that, we hit 100 followers on Instagram today.
Yeah.
I noticed that, and it was funny because last night I was looking at it and I was like, I could follow it with my personal account and just tip it over the edge to 100. But then someone else followed us and I was like, yes, I didn't have to cheat.
But yeah, thank you guys so much. This is really incredible. This
blows my mind.
More support than we thought it would.
It blows my mind the pace at which like people have taken interest in this.
Yeah. So thank you all so much for supporting this and for watching this podcast or listening to it or however you're enjoying it. But yeah, thank you all so much, and we will see you in the next one. Goodbye.
Bye.